Hello, and welcome back to King Dugan's Dungeon, the last video. We've gotten this far, we've mastered the hold. Well, technically I mastered in level 21, but in the general sense, we've mastered the hold. And so now we are going to see what lies beyond the door. I've never seen this before, so this is completely new to me. So, let's check it out. A staircase? That's an interesting secret to place. Huh. Let's go down this.
At last, the light of day.
Let's go check it out. King Dugan's Dungeon 2.0, The End. Beat through Dugan return home after King Dugan's Dungeon after spending months beneath. The event that follows occurred weeks following after. This story was originally told at the conclusion of King Dugan's and Drawd Architects Edition, and it was remade here for the Drawd 5.0 game engine.
Uncle Beatro.
What? What?
Tell us about Dugan's Dungeon.
Oh, you don't want to hear about that.
We do.
It's a dark tale of violent death and horrible smells.
Tell us.
But you've already heard it.
We don't care. We're bored.
Okay, but this is the last time. There's a lot of work digging up my past memories.
Sure. Tell us about the goblins.
I'm telling it from the very beginning, and I'll tell it just how I want. If you get scared, you can cover your ears. I began at the top level of Dugan's Dungeon. The king's soldiers were too afraid to come down and help me. That was fine. They'd have just gotten away.
So, do we have to clear it? So we're gonna get some backstory, huh? I don't think we have to clear these. I'm just gonna do it for the sake of doing it. So, looking back and reliving some memories.
I quickly cleared the first level.
Okay, no, it seems like what we want to do.
The second level was no big deal either. There were roach queens though, which can make for tedious work.
What are roach queens?
They're mommy roaches. I had to kill them because they make baby roaches.
But you didn't kill the baby roaches, did you?
Well, yeah, I had. That's my job.
Mean.
They were bad baby roaches. They had needle teeth and stinging goo. Listen, some of you younger kids should go find something else to do. I'm telling a serious story here.
So going with the good timing makes things a lot easier. Might as well do that again because I don't want to spend too much time in this room. This is kind of funny. I like it.
On the third level, I found a nest of evil eyes.
Did you die?
No, I didn't die. They were fairly easy to take care of, but I didn't expect them so close to the surface. Usually you find evil eyes starting at the 5th level.
How deep is Dugan's Dungeon?
25 levels deep.
Wow, you conquered all 25 levels by yourself?
Yes.
Of course we did. So this is really interesting. Hunter, you told me this wasn't anything special. I won't believe you ever again when you say that. I actually really, So it's kind of like a recap on what you just did, but I like the dialogue. It is hilarious. If you don't hear me laughing, it's just because I'm one of those type of people that don't laugh, like, when funny dialogue is said, but also it, like, tickles me in some way, but this is pretty cool.
Well, most of them. There were mimics that helped me too.
I like mimics. I wish I had a mimic.
When you're older, I'm sure you'll get one.
Hey, Uncle Beatro, did you find the secret room on level 4?
Of course, it had some shortcuts to other levels. How do you know about the secret room on level 4?
Oh, come on, everyone knows about the secret room on level 4.
Sure, well, let's go with that. Everybody knows. I didn't for the longest time, but it's funny. It's pretty sweet. You know, if we're stylish, we'll have all those mimics lined up, but I don't care. I'm clearing this.
Anyhow, on the 7th level.
What about the Wraith Queens on level 5?
What about them?
Just skip them.
Okay, when I got to the 5th level, there was some Wraith Wings there.
Why does this make me laugh? It doesn't sound like I'm laughing. I'm laughing. This is gold right here. This is like, I like the kids. The kids, they did really good dialogue on the kids. They Just the reactions.
Now, on the 7th level,
What about the 6th level?
I don't have anything to say about the 6th level except that it was boring and repetitive. Look, don't you want to hear about the serpents I fought against on level 7?
Yeah.
Okay then.
I love that.
Near the beginning of the level, I found a serpent circling inside the cave. I got the serpent to chase after me. Sometimes I had to wait for him to catch up. Serpents are kind of dull. That room was pretty easy compared to others in the same level.
Wait, what happens if I go up? What happens if I go left?
What happened next?
Tar. Lots of it. The 8th level was swamped with living tar. I could hardly take a step without hacking through the stuff. One room had 3 tar mothers in it. It took me ages to clear it out.
That doesn't sound that hard.
Say that again and see what happens to the back of your head.
Right, but what was, real quick. Just because we can.
Near the beginning, I got the serpent to...
Alright. Well,
That room was
how happens if I go this way?
one room. I found the longest serpent ever. This room required a master intellect. Unfortunately, I am in possession of such a thing. Although the serpent was fearsome to behold, the real trouble was getting to the roach queen. She would have run me all around the room if I merely chased after her. No time for that. If I didn't get over to a certain location before the serpent died, it would be impossible to clear the room.
Alright. Just because I'm a 100% completionist, even though I don't have to 100% this part, I just want to. So we can go ahead and redo this, like we did before. Might as well re-clear these rooms, because this is really cool. I like
So I
that,
trapped Queenie by waiting for her to get clogged up with her roach offspring.
like, if you wanted like a general overview of the game, and you didn't want to play through it, this would be pretty cool. Woohoo! Let's go. This is like,
With the queen out of the way, I had enough time to reach the critical location before the serpent shortened himself to death.
this is like really cool. I don't know what else to say. This is like, this is epic.
What happened next?
Ah, and lots of it. The 8th level was swamped with living tar. I could hardly take a step without hacking through the stuff. One room had 3 tar mothers in it. It took me ages to clear it out.
That doesn't sound that hard.
Say that again and see what happens to the back of your head.
I didn't laugh at that earlier because I was distracted by the fact that I couldn't go backwards, but that's pretty much what I would say. I'd be like, you did not just say that, did you? So this room will take a little while to clear out, but despite that, it's still nonetheless fun to clear out. And I mean, I don't know what else to say so far. I might not seem like I have like this oh my gosh reaction, but I'm still very impressed. I was not expecting this. Like, this may not be impressive because it's basically us playing through what we just did before, but I like it because we're kind of recapping, kind of re-showing the levels. I was planning to do this already, where I would talk about what we kind of already did, you know, do a general overview of all the levels we did, but we, you know, like showing stuff, but this is pretty much doing that for me. And that's not the reason why I like it, but I don't know, I really like this. I like that they do this recap thing. And I just figured, you know how I was talking about before, how I didn't know how to sneak through that? Well, I just did it, so I'm not sure what's... The design of this room confuses me. It's not like a general, it's a mirror image, but it's not a complete mirror image. It's slightly different than last time. So I'm not sure how else to really look at this, but for the most part, this is fairly sweet. And so now we don't have to clear the room. I want to finish the room because I don't like it not being finished. But overall, I mean, so far, I'm assuming we're going to go through all 25 levels. This is going to be kind of a long video, but so far, my favorite... No, I did not just do that. So far, my favorite comment is the level, him skipping level 6, and then just like, wait, what about level 6? Oh, that one's boring and repetitive. I like that comment so far. That was the funniest so far, by far. This is amazing. And Untar, you did a good job on keeping the original feel of the levels in the in this. So we can continue, and yeah. Why I'm doing this also is because I'm curious if he has dialogue or not. I'd assume he does, but I don't know. Okay, and so now we can finish it up by going up here. Don't do that or we're not going to get through. I missed that one. Good job, Maxwell. Good job. Oh, he doesn't say anything. Oh well. Alright.
What was on level 9?
A bunch of squirmy roaches.
What was on level 10?
Well, let me tell you.
Just give us the good stuff. This is getting long.
Oh, but I'm just getting started. Then there were the spiders. Horrible ghastly things. You can only spot them when they move, because they blend into the floor. It's easy to start seeing things that aren't there. Getting a little crazy. And that's when they have you. Ah! Ah!
Best scream I've heard, bro. Ever. As much as Beat makes it sound cool, it isn't really that cool. They're annoying.
Then I found a level filled with tar.
You already told us about it.
No, this is a different tar level. Tar was so deep here that it almost reached the ceiling. I couldn't figure out where I was going because the tar was in the way. That's just too much tar.
Yeah.
Why is health
Hey,
here?
Petro, you think I can be dungeon exterminator like you someday?
No, I don't think you're smart enough.
Huh?
You get yourself digested on the first trip down.
You're trying to scare me.
That's right. You want a job? Come see me in a few years, and I'll set you up washing dishes over at the grill. Challenging work. You'll love it.
Okay.
Oh.
On the 12th level,
What?
I was just thinking about it for a moment. Oh, those terrible cycles. Sometimes I wake screaming in my bed. Best not to say more about the 12th level.
Did you find the secret room?
You've heard this story before, and you know I found the 12th level secret room. So why are you asking me about it?
I want to see if you say the same thing each time, so I can trust your life.
I must say, of all my nephews, I like you the least.
So clear this off. There may be actually a secret room in one of these. I don't know.
Then came the labyrinth. Did I solve the labyrinth? Or did the labyrinth solve me?
That makes no sense.
It was a maze of twisty little passages, all alike. I could have skipped past it, except for one measly roach off in the southwest corner. My contract was to eradicate the entire dungeon population, so I had to track that bug down.
Can I go any other direction? No, I assume not. If I miss something, just tell me and I'll just make an extra video.
Tell us about the goblins.
I was going to, but then you started getting pushy.
I'm told they say goblins are peaceful.
Ha! Peaceful when they're dead. No, we won't talk about goblins just yet.
Okay, we might as well solve this room how we did before. Oh, it doesn't look like... I don't know what I did last time. Oh, well, I'm just gonna... There's no special way I gotta kill these guys anyway, so... Sorry if I go silent. I'm just really into this dialogue right now.
Let's talk about trapdoors. Now, those things are dangerous.
You can't get hurt by a dungeon trapdoor. They only fall after you step off.
Yeah, sure. But what if you were in a room filled with trapdoors, and you couldn't get out till you dropped them all, and you had to hit a bunch of orbs along the way? Then what would you do, smart guy? Huh? You'd get stuck and die of starvation. So don't act like a big trapdoor expert. I can throw you down there and see how you do.
Ouch, B-throw. Wait, this is another mirror image. Oh, this is throwing my brain off. Okay. This is really throwing off my brain. I'm guessing this is made slightly easier. Maybe. I don't know how easy this is compared to what we have done before, but I'm guessing not too much more difficult, hopefully. I think that's it. Oh, we had to go over there. Why did they pick this one? This is the one I did not want. This is not the one I wanted. This is not what I wanted at all. All right. This is like, you know, out of all the ones they could have picked, this one is definitely just like, why? Oh, wait. How do we... Because when we hit this one, we're going to get to this one, which gets us to this. This is really throwing off my brain. I feel like this was the same as before, but it's just throwing off my brain so much now that I forgot how to do it. There may be an easier way to do this. I'm not sure if this is the right way or not. Well, whether it is or not. What am I doing wrong? What's going on that's wrong? I'm literally just one off. Why do they pick this one? I don't like this one. Well. Alright, we need a lot more room than I have right there. Because when I hit this one, it's going to let us go up to this one. So I can just run over this way and hit it like that, and then... That's my plan. We'll see if it works at all. Oh, but Why is this hard? Yeah, this is gonna be split off into 2 parts. I'm sorry, but I am literally failing on this. You know what?
Let's talk about trap.
I don't care. We're gonna go on. We're moving on.
I faced tricky combinations of power and monsters on the 16th level. Strategic thinking got me through. For instance, one room had 3 different entrances to choose from. North, south, and west. So which entrance did I pick? Well...
Went in from the west end.
Oh, you've heard this story before. Can I tell it without your help?
Well, you did ask.
Intuition told me to go in from the west. The advantages of an eastward flow could not be denied.
It probably didn't matter which way it went.
Were you there?
No.
Then shut up. After carefully choosing my entrance, I was met with another strategic question. Which of the 4 chambers would I attack first? Get quiet! I gave the southeast chamber a heavy smite down. I sprung into the southwest chamber with great vigor. Cleared it out easily enough. You can't even imagine the carnage I brought to the northeast chamber.
No, he might have had more dialogue, but I died.
I
But
headed to pay my last respect.
oh no, he stopped.
I headed to pay my last respects to a roach queen in the northwest chamber. And there is a conquest for the textbooks. A fine example of perfect planning.
This is kind of just this is amazing.
Now other levels, like the 17th, are all about efficiency. In other words, doing things without wasting time and energy.
You should tell this story with efficiency.
But what fun would that be?
So we gotta do this room again. Actually, this room wasn't that bad now that I think about it. There's much worse rooms they could have picked. Much worse rooms they could have picked. Yeah, but that trapdoor room I just kind of give up on because, well, honestly, even if it's one room that's not finished, I don't think it's a secret room anyway. There's no master hold other than this one, and I just really don't want to go through that again. Like, even this room, I'm probably just I'm not gonna solve them anymore, just because there's no reason to. But go ahead if you want to solve them. Maybe there's a special reason to. I just don't want to go through all this again. Already painful memories. So we can just keep going, and I mean, really, honestly, you could just skip ahead between these. There's no reason to watch through all of them, but yeah.
I met plenty of goblins on the next level.
Yeah, goblins are the best.
Why are you guys so huge on goblins?
Goblins are smart. Sometimes they help you too.
Well, no goblin ever did me any favors. Actually, that's not quite true. I suppose when you make a point to ask them, they're usually willing to help out.
Haha, get it? A point? Okay, sorry. Kill these guys. These guys are way easier to kill from this side.
Wraithwings are, in some ways, smarter than goblins. Depending on the situation, it can be much harder to get them to do what you want.
Okay, go back in there. There we go. And then we can go ahead and go over here. Go ahead and go over here.
long time, I've suspected an outside influence operating inside dungeons. I mean, the dungeon for a long time.
Just
I've
let it
suspected
go.
an outside influence operating inside dungeons, making them much more dangerous than they should naturally be. I mean, a dungeon is for storing prisoners, treasure, and magic mushrooms. Why make it more complicated than that? I wasn't convinced until the last trip down to Dugan's dungeon. On the 20th level, I found something I'd never before seen. Monsters suddenly got smarter, and I couldn't figure out why. It was terrible. I discovered that a brain monster was controlling it. This brain was smart.
Smarter than you?
Of course not. I'm pretty smart, after all. At first, the brain seemed perfect, but they had flaws.
Yeah, they do. They're idiots in disguise.
For a lot.
So yeah. Okay, there we go. That's actually kind of tricky compared to what we're usually used to.
Problems with the brains only got worse. The next level was an onslaught organized against me. Monsters aren't supposed to take orders from anybody. So what does it mean when they suddenly have a leader?
I'm not gonna do this. What's it? It says something on this one.
Problem.
Maybe I should do this. Nah, I don't want to redo this.
Want to hear about how I commanded 8 mimics at once?
No, we want to hear more about goblins.
Okay, they said it. Not me.
Well, what do you want to know about goblins?
Could you beat 3 goblins?
Sure I could.
And could you beat 2 goblins?
Uh-huh.
Wow, you are good.
Yeah, I guess seeing these rooms aren't required to do. So, whatever.
There was a monster city way down at the bottom of the dungeon. It was called Neitherville.
Fun.
Not really. The critters living there really didn't appreciate my visit.
This actually might be a little hard.
There was a monster city.
Yeah, this might be a little tricky. Just a little tricky. It's interesting when you see some rooms like this that they're actually harder when you actually start from a different perspective that you normally couldn't start at. I mean, you could have, but it would have just been a project to get to. And it kind of becomes a different puzzle. Like, I'm not trying to solve this room, but I'm just trying to get to the point where I can actually get through it. There we go.
Now, when I got down to the last level, I spotted this odd little man. I wanted to talk to him, but he ran off. I followed him, of course, but he always kept ahead and tried to kill me several times. The tiny fellow was downright murderous. Fortunately, I was careful not to fall into his traps. I chased him through many rooms and killed all the monsters along the way. I didn't forget my job. He had a strange immunity to monsters. It was like he was one of them, so they ignored him. He knew those rooms so well, it looked hopeless for me.
Yeah.
But finally, I got the upper hand and forced him from his escape. I realized this was the lost son of King Dugan II, the legendary Neither, who chose to live in the dungeon and master all its secrets.
Oh, so that's who Neither was.
I wanted to bring the Neither back with me, but it all ended so horribly. I was put in a situation where I could only choose between his death or mine. It's too bad. There were so many questions I wanted to ask him, but before he died, he whispered something to me.
Speak to the children and tell them this, that they should listen to their elders with respect, and consider the intent of their words carefully, and wander not into dangerous places, and treat all creatures well, whether they be fair or ugly. Those that dwell beneath merely follow their given nature, and eat what food you are gifted without complaint, and end not your sentences with prepositions, or tales of ignorance, and seek not to twiddle your thumbs in 2 different directions at once, and fear not to gargle loudly, but only when it will bring gain, and...
The quality of his advice got a lot worse. I just kind of left him there talking.
Didn't really happen, but we can say it did.
After killing the last monster in the dungeon, I went down the stairs.
How could there be stairs? What do you mean? You said there were 25 levels, but if you went down the stairs, then there must have been a 26 level. Well, it wasn't really another level.
It was just a dead end. I was hoping somebody would have built an elevator there, but no such luck. You can't imagine how tiresome the walk back up was. Oh, my poor feet.
So that was the end of the dungeon, right?
Yes, but
What?
there was one other thing.
What?
I probably shouldn't tell you about that.
Okay, then forget it.
Hey, you're not supposed to give up that easy.
What other thing?
Back on level 10, with the spiders, I discovered a very strange door. I never found a way to reach the other side of it, but someone could come through the other way. That door drove me nuts. I'm going back with proper tools. I will learn what is behind it.
What is behind it?
How come it bugs you so much?
Well, fella, there is a long-standing question about how dungeons become so deep and dangerous. Why so many tricks and traps? And how do the beasties move in so quick?
Oh gosh, this is like, we're getting into some big serious story stuff.
Don't ask a dungeon architect. They keep to themselves and won't speak of their work. Trade secrets, they say. Dugan's grandpop, the first king of Dugandy, paid for a 9-level dungeon. I know it's true because I've seen the original work order. Some architect built the thing, and by all accounts, it was a strictly no-frills construction. Decades later, old Gunthrow Budkin exterminated the place. After resurfacing, he announced the dungeon contained not 9 levels, but 15 levels. Of course, the poor guy only got paid for clearing 9.
Didn't you say there were 25 levels?
Somebody was listening after all. Yeah, now we think there are 25 levels. But next time somebody goes down there, I bet he finds more. Dungeons always seem to grow, and who knows how.
I do.
No, you don't. There's been plenty of talk from the Crackpot section of the Smite Masters Guild about passageways that connect Duggans and several other dungeons to one big secret headquarters. They call this place Rooted Hold. Supposedly, someone is expanding the dungeons from there. Depending who you like to worry about, it's the Dungeon Architects Association, the Band of the Kingless, the Gadden family, or even the Smite Masters Guild.
Oh, we're getting into some plot.
So there's a tunnel to Rooted Hold behind that door you found?
No, it's probably just a dumb joke the architect put in to get me angry. But as a Smite Master, I have to uncover a little truth to share with my Neath-going brothers. Especially now, when the guild is wasting so much time listening to stupid theories from any fool that can stand up and spit words out of his mouth. We need real answers to put these questions behind us. Then we Smite Masters can get back to business.
Right.
Now, when I first joined the Smite Masters Guild, hey, where are you going?
You're off on that guild stuff again. It's boring.
Oh, is it really that dull?
Yeah, we're going to find something else to do. Maybe help out with the dishes or go to bed early.
Wow. I guess it was pretty boring. I'll see you knuckle bumps later. Remember to keep out of caves, holes, basements, and generally any place below ground level.
You know, Uncle be through.
You was done pretty well. Woo! The very end. Thanks for playing. Aw, is that it? No special tunnels? Nothing? Guess that's it. Well, that's it for the LP, though I believe there was another room that I didn't get to. Let's look at it. I thought there was a room that had the word drawed in it. And it had, like, developing stuff. It was a secret room that I believe was supposed to be placed right there. Let's look real quick. Well, I don't know. In any case, that's it for Deadly Rooms of Death. I don't know where it is. Maybe I'll do it in a separate video if somebody tells me. But, so that was a pretty fun LP, and I actually never seen that last part before, so that was really interesting for me to watch, and that is a good plot. I hope you listened to everything that was said, because that in itself is the plot, the beginning of the plot. Why do these dungeons expand so fast? They were only intended to be 9 levels, and all of a sudden there's 25. What is going on? And why is there already room set for more levels? We don't really know the answer to these questions, But what we do know is that something is up, and there's some group called Rooted Hold. That's Bethro suspects makes these dungeons. Who are they? Well, to be quite honest, the next Let's Play will be King Dugan's Dungeon, not King Dugan's Dungeon, Daily Rooms of Death, Journey to Rooted Hold. So we will find out who Rooted Hold is in our next Let's Play. So, finishing up this, I enjoyed the experience. I hope you guys did too. And see you for Journey to Rooted Hold. Woohoo!